What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate your appreciation. And I love every single one of you guys. You're all amazing, magnificent beings. We're going to talk about mass shootings here, okay? We're going to have a discussion. We're going to discuss what's going on, bro? What is happening here? You know, why are there so many mass shootings taking place in the United States? And why are so many people thinking about this? Because look, for every mass shooter that actually goes ahead and does what he just did, shoots people, there is so many people thinking about that. You know, that like so many people. The fact that somebody actually went and did it physically, that means there's a lot of people thinking about that. Now, when we have like, what? How many mass shootings did we have this year in the States? Like 17 or something? That's ridiculous, right? That means there's so many people out there thinking about doing that, which is a scary, scary, scary thought. And if they're not thinking about doing that, they're thinking about variations of it. Maybe they're thinking about killing someone, and maybe they're thinking about strangling their boss from his asshole, right? And cutting his balls and feeding them to the dogs. Maybe they're thinking about strangling their girlfriend because she cheated on them 3 years ago, 4 years ago or something. But that means there's a lot of people with these thoughts. The fact that we have that crazy amount of mass shooting. Now, a lot of people will tell you, well, because of the gun issue, blah, blah, blah. Look at Canada. I live in Canada, right? We don't really get mass shootings here. Barely, right? We don't really get them. Because there's gun control here, right? Like everything is there's more control. So you can say, oh, well, because in the States, you know, they have guns everywhere. So, yeah, people are more likely to do it. Right, you're right. People are more likely to do it. But I can tell you something, if guns were to become more prevalent in Canada, I guarantee you we would have almost the same amount of mass shootings as in the States, relatively speaking, percentage-wise. Because we only got 33 million here, and they have like 300 million. So we have 10% of the population. But I think the ratio would be the same. It's just we don't have the guns, you know, like it's, you know, you need to be licensed here. It's a process, right? And, you know, it's more controlled. But just because it's more controlled doesn't mean people aren't thinking about it. It's just in the States, because everybody's got guns, people are more likely to go and actually do it because the means to do it are more available. Here we don't have the guns, but hey, guess what? Guarantee you, if we do, guarantee you, you'd start to see mass shootings happen. So then there's a deeper problem here. The problem is not the gun. The problem is, why are there so many people with these kinds of thoughts in the first place? If you look at the average profile of a mass shooter, they usually report feelings of loneliness. They report feelings of depression. They report feelings of anxiety. They report feelings of not having somebody to love them, not being accepted, not belonging to something greater than them. And so they feel like they've been betrayed by the world. And so literally they feel betrayed by the world. So they go out there and kill as many people as they can, because they feel like the entire world betrayed them. That's how they feel. And this is just a reflection. The fact that there's so many mass shootings is a reflection of the state of mind that so many people are in. And even people who aren't going out there with these crazy thoughts of killing and blah, blah, blah. That means there's a lot of that out there. There's a lot of people there feeling lonely. A lot of people feeling like they've been betrayed by the world. Like they came in here and this was supposed to be a party. And in many ways, it was supposed to be a party. This is supposed to be the Garden of Eden. Just another creation of Garden of Eden. And I mean, the fact that nature is so beautiful, it's an indication that this is a Garden of Eden, and we were supposed to create a Garden of Eden in it, but we fucked up. So we all came here, we thought this is going to be a party, right? And then you kind of get hit with the bitter truth of the current state of affairs, the bitter reality, which is no, it's everybody's out for themselves. separation and egotistical type of world where man has separated himself from nature. Women and men feel resentment towards one another. We've created cities, again, separate from nature, separated the human animals, separated now from the animal kingdom and from the plant kingdom, right? And so we create a very much separation type of existence. This first separation started when the human collective ego decided that we're no longer part of nature. We're going to build cities and separate ourselves from the natural world and only use it to extract resources that helps us build this human virtual reality we call cities. And then we keep separating and separating. We start to create separation between men and women and between races, right? Oh, you're black, I'm white. You're different. And oh, you're rich and I'm poor, so that we're different. And on and on it goes. You're a different religion than me, and even within the religion, you're a different sect, so we're different. And it keeps going like that. And then eventually you come with this thing that you think of yourself as a separate entity. Oh, I am this person, and I am this type of person, and this is my social status. I am a manager. I am a supervisor. You know, I am a successful businessman who's out into the world, and he's got the success, and people look up to him. You know what? People don't give a fuck what you're doing because they got to deal with their own shit in life. And that's the truth. Everybody's got to deal with what's going on right now here. You know, you think, oh, I got this social status. People worship me. Oh my God, this and that. But that doesn't matter, actually. And even if you are, even if you're like someone who's like really worshipped, like you're a huge celebrity and you really have people that are going crazy over you, right? Even then, you might think you're really important, right? No. Like, you know who else thought was important? Julius Caesar thought he was important. Napoleon thought he was important. And guess what? Now they're just becoming memories. Alexander the Great called himself the Great, right? Thought he was important. Guess what? Nobody really gives a fuck about Alexander. We study him now in history, but nobody gives a fuck. Like, nobody's like fucking worshipping Alexander. Like, in the grand scheme of things, so what, right? In the grand scheme of eternity, so what? So again, it's a separation type of existence. It comes down to now your ego thinks I'm the center of the universe. I am the biggest fucking shit there is. And, you know, my goodness. Okay, so now, of course, you feel separation because you feel like I am different than my environment. Again, this separation originally started with the collective human ego of we are something and nature is something else, and it just kept going. You get to a point where you think you're separate from your environment, where you think you're separate from your fellow beings, whether that's human beings, whether it's plants, fungus, animals, other life forms. Those are your fellow beings, and they are you as much as you are them. But now you have it in your head that you're a separate thing. Clearly, because of the mass shootings is an evidence for it. If you were to put guns in people's hands in other areas of the world, they would start shooting each other. It's just in the areas where gun is controlled, all it is all these dark thoughts are just repressed. In the States, we have a case where guns are so prevalent, they're everywhere, so all these dark ideas are sort of manifesting themselves in the physical realm. So the problem here is, what the fuck are we doing as a society? Why are we creating so much separation amongst each other? Why are we so resentful of one another for being different? And what are these differences to begin with? Are they just a fabrication of the mind? Somebody told me that you're different in this person. Like, say you're growing up and, you know, you're white. And you've just kind of been told in your head that, you know, black people are inferior to you. So you're growing up and you're thinking, holy shit, in your head there's a huge difference between me and a black person. You know, I am superior, they're inferior. You will come to realize that mostly every difference that you think is between you and other is so exaggerated in your head, and is usually fed to you by something else other than something else, usually a belief system, an ideology. So an ideology of racism, that my race is better than the other race. But really, when you get down to it, you sit down and you're in a room, you're a white guy with a black guy. You're an Arab guy with a Jewish guy. Let's take that as an example. Maybe I can speak better in that because I come from an Arabic background originally and I've sort of grown up taught to hate Jews, right? You sit down an Arab guy and a Jewish guy in a room and you say, hey, let's take a look here. You know, we've been told that we're really fucking different. All right, first of all, let's examine your body and my body. We have the same body relatively, you know, I mean, it functions the same way. You know, we got a digestive system and the most important thing is to survive is to eat food. So we share something in common. We eat, and then there's a digestive system that takes the nutrients, gives it to us so we can stay sustained. Our life force can stay sustained. We can stay alive. And then our bodies, which we don't even neither of us know how to even operate this thing. It just happens. Takes out the waste byproducts and in the form of foul smelling brown tissue gets exploded out of your asshole and out into the natural world. Usually now it goes out into toilets, but out into the natural world it goes and it becomes food and sustains other life forms. Holy shit, we got a lot in common, brother. We got a lot in common here. We got an asshole. We eat food and we need food to survive. Holy shit. Then you start to think to yourself, hold on. Maybe I've been lied to. Maybe we've both been lied to. Maybe there isn't so much difference between me and you. You know? So let's dig a little bit deeper here. You came sliding out into this dimension on a vagina, and so did I. And there's a lot in common right there. Both of us came into this dimension sliding out into a vagina, popping out of a vagina. Oh, okay. So we were babies at some point. And when we were babies, we didn't even know, but we weren't different. I mean, you put us as two babies together, and there's no difference. Oh, this is a Jewish baby and an Arab baby. They don't fucking care. They don't even know. Okay. Here's another thing that is very similar between us. Whew. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper here. You experience emotion, you experience laughter, and you experience sadness and tears, and so do I. Holy shit. Are we like the same people? Oh, I think we're the same people. So then the difference we have is that some ideology told me that I'm an Arab. I speak the language of Arabic and you speak the Hebrew. So, okay, there's a difference there. Just the language, the way we communicate ideas. But that's such a minor difference. Okay, then there's the other one, the religious difference. Say I'm a Muslim and you're, you know, most Arabs are Muslim, but some Arabs are Christians too. So hold on, I'm gonna assume Arab Muslim here. I'm like, oh, I'm Muslim and you're Jewish. And actually, hold on. Somebody told us to believe in this. Like, you know, somebody told you to believe in Judaism. Somebody told me to believe in Islam as a belief system. So we don't even know if that's a difference between us. This is just someone else's ideas. And then you're like, holy, we're like 95% the same. You know, we're like 95% the same. There's only like 5% difference between us. And that's maybe the language, the way we communicate, and maybe the way we physically look, different hair, different eyes, whatever, really. But like still the body operates, the subconscious operates 95% the same. So your body inside is the same as this guy's body, right? And you realize, holy shit, there's not a lot of difference. And it's the same thing for a man and a woman, right? Like we exaggerate the fucking differences between a man and a woman. And then we create resentments, you know, on both camps. But really, like, if an Arab guy and a Jewish guy is like 95% the same, a man and a woman is like 90% the same. Again, we exaggerate the differences, like, or say 80% the same, you know? We exaggerate the fuck out of the differences. Exaggerate the fuck, just completely get wrapped up in them. So, of course, I don't even know, we went on tangents here, we're talking about mass shootings, but really, it disconnects to it. So people are feeling isolated, they're feeling lonely, they're feeling separate from their environment. They're living in a delusion in their mind that they're separate from others. And I don't blame them, because this is the way the society brings you up. This is the way culture brings you up. This is the way parents bring you up. They bring you up in your head. You start as a being, same as any other being. You know, babies are the same, children are exact same, and then you grow into this mind thing, and then you grow into your ideas and you live here, and now the mind separates, you become caught up in the illusion of separation, causing people to feel betrayed by the world and take out the frustration and the resentment and the anger if they have access to guns in the form of mass shootings. And if they don't have access to guns, well, it goes somewhere else, but it goes, and resentment is there, and the loneliness is there, and the separation is there. So what is the solution? I don't fucking know what the solution is. I don't know. Bringing awareness. I'm trying to be part of the solution by bringing awareness to the minds of other people that this is what I think is happening. You know, I have pretty good grounds as a case to make it for that, but I don't have the solution. Maybe the solution is just to try and work on yourself and bring awareness to others that this is what's happening, and we gotta realize we're one, we're the same, we're one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively, and the differences are minor, and we should celebrate them, laugh about them, crack jokes, see the sense of humor in the difference, but not get caught up in it. Realize we're all the same. We're all this loving awareness, having an experience of itself, and we're one, we're the same. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know how else to put it out there. We are the same. We are the one consciousness. We are the love awareness, the loving awareness that is experiencing itself in all these different possibilities. And realizing that increases your empathy, increases your compassion, increases your sense of oneness and belonging to others. So you create a community. See, I'm trying to do that here. Create a community. And a community based on acceptance and non-judgment and sense of humor. So, I mean, I think this is all like a play, a drama, a game. And yeah, community. We need community, man. We evolved in communities, in small bands of hunter-gatherer tribes. We need the sense of belonging. We need the love. We need the belonging. We need the support of other beings out there, other human beings specifically. And I don't have the answer. How do we do this on a worldwide scale? I don't know. I will just keep putting out the awareness here, do the best that I can. See the tools that we can use, like psychedelics and meditation and all of that. And hopefully some good shit happens. If not, at least I can die saying, I've tried my best, you know. What the fuck am I? What do you think I'm gonna do, right? Like, and if you can go into your graveyard saying, well, I tried my best. I did what I could to change myself, to bring the awareness to myself and to others. And that's all you can do. God bless you all. You're all wonderful, amazing beings, and magnificent you are. Magnificent. Every single one of you guys is magnificent. But that magnificence wears very quickly if you don't subscribe, because you know what? You're gonna sleep with the fishes. So subscribe.